Hey, what's up, everybody? You're now tuned into T.
And
And it's your girl, Jazzy J.
Mike Diesel.
And we in the building, y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for all the supporters, everybody that's been coming out, commenting, and subscribing. Y'all are definitely helping our channel
big shout
grow.
out to all the family.
Yes, and we got a subscriber shout out.
What?
Subscriber shout out.
Say it again now.
Subscriber shout
Huh?
out. Yeah, guys, we got a subscriber shout out. And it is Miss Glinda Shivers. Now, I don't know if it's Shivers or Shivers. I apologize, but she has been coming onto our videos and commenting. I've seen her multiple times, and we appreciate her and we appreciate the love. Thank you so much for coming through, and you are our subscriber. Shout out today, y'all. All right, babe. Let's let them know what today's video is about.
All right, this is just a little part of what actually happens when somebody goes to Africa and they grab them. Well, let's not say somebody. It's normally white people going to Africa, grabbing a black child and bringing them back to North America. Okay, this person happened to be going to Canada. In this case, going to Canada. We got this article from the Montreal Gazette, and this was early this year, February 12, 2021, by Mr. Paul Cherry, we would say, but it's probably Paul Cherry. I don't know. But the thing is, this Montreal man was convicted of human trafficking of child he used like a puppet. That is the title. The treatment she suffered at the hands of this man was nothing less than enslavement, since he used it like a puppet. Now, we bring this up to actually have it coincide with what we just seen in the past videos with the white family who had the black girl at Costco, and we don't know this white family name. You know, they haven't been convicted yet. They got big lawyers. They got, they got people, who are hiding their identity. Only thing that we ended up finding out is that the black girl that was with him, her name is Molly, and we can't even confirm that. So in our research, trying to find out more about Molly, aka Costco girl, we came across this dude, and this kind of breaks down the whole game that white people in North America play when they go to Africa and grab them a child. And let me just read to you real quick. So, this is what happens. A Montreal man who used to help adolescents with learning disabilities was convicted of human trafficking Friday in a case where he sexually abused a young girl from Africa for nearly 3 years. So it took 3 years for this to even get on the radar. Okay? Quebec Court Judge Pierre Lebel said the prosecution had proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Sylvain Villemaire, 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 it looked like Villemaire, but it's Villemaire, 59 years old, exploited and exercised control over the 8-year-old girl he brought to Montreal in 2015 on the false promise she would receive a better education here. Okay. Despite the masquerade of this offer of a better life, the child was merchandised, sacrificed, abandoned, and she knew it. Lebel said, as he read from his very detailed 63-page judgment. The treatment she suffered at the hands of this man was nothing less than enslavement, since he used her like a puppet. This is the judge speaking. This is Pierre Lebel speaking. He wrote a 63-page document condemning this Sylvain Villemaire, who is the trafficker. Okay? Now, the girl had signed a contract with Sylvain Villemaire to do whatever he wants to him. That's what the court was told. Details that could potentially identify the victim cannot be published due to the standard publication ban, according to the evidence presented at trial. She's a minor. You can't, give out names and things like that. Now, this dude, Sylvain Villemaire, he made an arrangement with a woman in Africa to bring her daughter to Canada, where he would look after her. So that's what he told the mom. act as our tutor, and they would eventually become a family. Villamere did marry the girl's mother, but she never made it to Canada. So he go to Canada, he go to Africa, marries the mom, says, hey, I'm going to take the daughter up here. I'm going to get you to Canada soon. Mom never makes it to Canada, okay? Now, Villamere used to work as a social worker with students with disabilities in Montreal North. So if that's what he's doing in Africa, just think what he was doing in Montreal North. The same thing. He just couldn't do it on a bigger scale the way that he wanted to. So he figured, let's do the next best thing. Let's go to Africa. I'll just go buy me a kid, some form of fashion, and I'll bring it back here and won't nobody know, won't nobody care. Okay? So the Montreal police uncovered the horrific sexual abuse the girl endured at the hands of Villamere through what started out as an investigation into child pornography. An investigator with the Child Sexual Exploitation Unit was investigating the source of child pornography exchanged from one person to another over the internet. The probe led to an apartment in Rosemont, La Petite Patrie, Borough in May 2018. As investigators and support police officers began surrounding the building, one investigator noticed the young girl as she was leaving. The investigator asked her who she was, and she said she was living with her tutor and was about to go to school. Okay, that doesn't sound bad right off top, do it? Hey, I'm just coming out the apartment. I'm living with my tutor. Right. But we know what the before and the after is, though. But that's what was said off top from the girl's mouth. Okay? See, this is where a real investigation supposed to go in. Because in the other video with Molly at the AKA Costco girl, what did she say? No, I'm not hungry. No, I'm not hungry. And, what the investigators do, they call up the parents. Hey, is she all right? They're not really doing no investigation. But these guys over here in Canada actually did an investigation, a real investigation. Yeah. So when the police entered the apartment, they arrested Villamere and noticed a strange smell coming from his kitchen. It was the scent of burning metal. Villamere had cooked an external hard drive in his microwave, trying to get rid of the evidence. It was found hidden in the armoire with no files, and no files could be recovered from it. But investigators had evidence. The investigators had evidence that the child porn sent over the internet originated from his computer, and traces of the file were found on his hard drive. A search of the computer also turned up chilling evidence of how much control Villamere had over this girl. There was a section titled Contract that stated, presently, the girl's name is blanked out because she's a minor, except that Savant Vilmarie, I keep saying the name wrong, but we're going to have it on here, can do whatever he wants to me, whenever he wants and how he wants. I agree to never tell anyone in any way what he does to me. I will never testify against him at any level, and I would never allude to it in any way. So, in her mind, she is living up to the agreement, not really knowing that it's wrong, but thinking that he keep trying to make it like it's okay, like it's right, like it's legal, like it's binding, and all those things. So the girl did end up testifying against Villamere in September. Yep, thank you, God. Following Villamare's arrest, she didn't testify. She didn't say anything about it until he got arrested. That's when she felt safe, when he was behind bars.
Exactly.
And that's how anybody would feel. So after following Villamare's arrest, she was taken under the care of Youth Protection Services. She recounted how, when she was 8 years old, she was introduced to Sylvain Villamere in Africa as being her mother's boyfriend. Cover. She said she could remember him trying to hug her while she was changing into a bathing suit. Half naked, he trying to put his hands on her already. Her aunt interrupted things before he touched her. Big shout out to the aunt. She knew something was up.
Yep.
She knew something was up, but I guess she just didn't have control. Might have been the younger sister of the mom.
Mm-hmm.
So months later, her mother put her on a flight unaccompanied to Montreal, where she was greeted by Villamari. Her mother told her she was doing this to give her a better education and that she would join her in Canada later. So the girl still had some hope that her mom was coming, even though she was going through this torture, before she even went up there. So soon after she arrived, Villamari was showing her child pornography. He then began to sexually assault her frequently. The girl also testified that Villamari forced her to wear a sex toy to sodomize him, and there was one night where she was ordered to perform a sex act on a woman with whom Villamari was having sex. So, not only was the man involved, he found some freak of a human woman to be involved as well. And this dude let her sodomize him. That's how devilish this dude is. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody does know what I'm saying, because this is unfathomable. You can't dream this stuff up. But somebody did, and somebody took actions to actually do it, and it was Savant Villamari.
Right.
So, what else happened, man?
Man, and y'all, before that's another reason. The reason why we're gonna actually make this a segment, which I know this is hard to hear, but we need to start exposing this, because I'm not saying Costco. The thing that happened with Costco girl, I'm not saying that Angela Mendez or Angelica Mendez was the best witness or telling the truth about everything. But what we will say is this stuff happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this little girl right here did not admit to something happened when investigators first saw her. And when they first saw her, she was by herself. And she said, "Oh, I'm just leaving from my tutor's house." She didn't tell them all this stuff was happening. These people have mental control over people.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what's going on with Molly. We can only say it's allegations. But what we're saying is this is frequent. And to our brothers and sisters that are in Africa, y'all need to stop just trusting white people or anybody because they come over and say that they're going to give your child a better life. You don't know what they're doing. A big percentage of these people are trafficking our children, are hurting our children.
Countless Black American kids, same thing is happening to them.
And this gentleman is an educator. So just think about how many children. And see, this is what they do. This is a pattern with sexual offenders. They will go and work in schools, work being lifeguards, anywhere where they can be near children. And they usually work with disturbed children, because nobody believes those children when they start to say something. People are just going to say, "Oh, they're bipolar. Oh, they have problems. Oh, they've accused people." These people are smart and they know exactly what they are doing.
Diabolical is the word.
So we have to, this is another reason why parents, if you can, at any cost, either have your child in an all Black school or be homeschooling. Me and Michael don't have children yet, but we plan to homeschool our children as much as we can. This is why we got to have our own businesses and be able to not be punching clocks, so that we have the opportunity to stay with our kids and know what's going on with our children, because unfortunately this happens a lot.
Yep, the kids are under assault, man, daily, all the time, from every different way.
This happens a lot. We also are going to have a news video here at the end. This was just a blip, y'all. A blip. This was it was literally a 30-second video. They didn't even show his name on there or anything. They just kind of sweep things like this under the rug when it comes to Montreal Gazette is where this is from. We're going to have that listed as well.
Just type in MontrealGazette.com.
And they just sweep stuff like this under the rug when, when white people do something, it gets swept under the rug. If this was a Tyrone that did this to Becky, his name would be all over everywhere, face all over. We could only find one actual news article about it, y'all. So this is important. We need to keep exposing these devils. Watch your kids, y'all. I mean,
what does Canada and North America and America, USA have in common? We both got these tight laws. People do have money, and it is in the States. It is in North America.
Yeah. Also, we want to give a big shout out to Pierre Lebert, who was the judge in this case, who made the decision. Lebel, excuse me.
Yeah, Pierre Lebert.
Who made the decision to give him 18 years in prison,
yeah,
which is the largest sentence that's ever happened in this case, in a case like this in Montreal, which is sad, because there are how many black men that we know have maybe been accused of rape of a white woman and have received 30 years in prison,
or the death
40 years in prison, or even the death penalty. This man has trafficked her forced her into sexual acts. There's other adults involved in this. Also had child pornography. And 18 years is the highest sentence that they've given somebody like this. That's just sad. That's crazy. He's ruined this child's life, and no telling, him being an educator, how many other children he's done this to. So it's really sick. It's really sad. But we need to expose this, because people come on this channel like, I'm sorry, like there are people on here that think, white people can't do no wrong. It's the white saviors. And nah, we're exposing that there are things that are happening. Just because people adopt a child don't mean they actually care.
That's correct.
Don't mean they actually want to do something.
That's correct, man. Go to the Montreal Gazette.
We'll have that linked here too.
It's 2 long columns that you can read up on it, but don't act like this stuff does not happen, man.
It does.
Do not act like this stuff does not happen.
Exactly.
Because it does happen.
Exactly.
And for you to turn the other way or victimize somebody who brings the attention to it,
exactly,
that's just weak.
Exactly.
That's just weak. I gotta be straight up. That's just weak.
Exactly.
This is way bigger than Angelica Mendez.
Exactly.
This is trafficking of our kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can't see that, if all you got is to say, well, she lied or she didn't tell the truth, if you can't tell from the picture, by its damn self, then you have an issue. You have a problem. You are listening with your ears and not seeing with your eyes.
Because if she never would have posted anything,
believe?
If she just took a picture
your eyes
of that,
are lying to you?
Yeah, if she just took a picture of that, I still would have thought the same thing.
Same thing.
And y'all see, this investigation went on and took place from 2018 to 2020. Man, 2 years of investigating. And you mean to tell us one day of them saying, "Oh, is she okay? Oh, she looks healthy. She looks fed." Investigation over. That's not how it works.
Cut dry. She's doing good.
But American Idol young lady got her baby taken right off the bat because some Karen was like, she did this.
Yeah.
Just made one accusation, baby gone. But this child, they didn't do the same thing. So we looking at that, y'all. Don't worry. We will have some more positive things coming, but we are going to bring this to light, and we are going to expose this. This is going to be a new segment as well, because we will be showing y'all how often this actually does happen, and we need to save our kids, y'all.
Yeah. Y'all read some news articles, man.
Thank y'all. And to all of our subscribers, if y'all see anything, send it to us. We love how y'all send us things, give us information. Please do. Feel free to do that. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to T. And we out, y'all.
A Montreal man convicted of sexual exploitation of a minor has been sentenced to 18 years in prison. Sylvain Villemer was convicted of buying an 8-year-old girl in Africa and bringing her back to Canada as a sex slave. He is 60 years old and a former educator who specialized in helping at-risk youth. The Crown says it intends to file a motion to label Villemer a dangerous offender.